So many things you could have done in the time that you spent writing that review. You just fucking watch porn or something like that in the meantime. That's all you got to do. You got a whole week.
Porn, though. There's other things that are important on the internet.
Like what?
Hard for me to think of right now.
Exactly.
Literally.
90% of the internet is porn.
Getting, again, some more superhero related shit. So we get the Boys, which is a fantastic series. If you haven't watched it on Amazon Prime, do yourself a favor, watch the series on Amazon Prime. Crazy ass series is what this is. Amazon's, and I'm just going to read from an article from Deadline here. Amazon's superhero series, The Boys, is getting a spinoff set in Superhero College. So set at America's only college exclusively for young adult superheroes. And in the series, you have this Vought corporation that essentially like made the superhero. Well, and spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't watched, but the untitled Boys spinoff is described as an irreverent R-rated series that explores the lives of hormonal competitive soups as they put their physical, sexual, and moral boundaries to the test, competing for the best contracts in the best cities. Part college show, part Hunger Games, with all the hard satire and raunch of The Boys. The project is written by The Boys executive producer Craig Rosenberg. And it's been in sort of the works for a while. It's been fast tracked in light of the success for the original series' second season, which has marked the most watched global launch for any Amazon original series ever. The Boys first season already had a set high viewership for Amazon when it debuted in summer 2019. In the first 2 weeks, season 2 has already doubled the season 1 worldwide audience, drawing millions of new viewers each week. There's still some stuff I want to talk about for The Boys, but what do you think of this news?
So The Boys is definitely, I mean, you've been like raving about this show. I may actually start this show this weekend. I went and rewatched the season 1 trailer yesterday. Mm-hmm. When, you know, obviously we added this announcement to the card, and I was like, okay, let me like kind of refamiliarize myself with this show and what it's about. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that it looked so good. And I read some like articles about it, some like blog posts about like, you know, how how the season 1 went and what to expect from season 2. I've got a few shows on my to watch list. I don't know how I'm going to fit them all in. I got Tehran, which we talked about earlier. I'm watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Blacklist just put season 7 on Netflix. Now I got to watch The Boys season 1 to get ready for season 2. I got to watch The Social Dilemma.
It's the gift and the curse of the times.
Ray J sex tape again because I like to watch that.
You've watched that plenty. You don't have to watch it.
I like to watch it once a month.
All right, fair enough.
So I got a lot of stuff to watch. But you know, The Boys season 1 is definitely on the list. Quick question though before we get into it: if you had a superpower, and obviously you got to give yourself a superhero name, what would it be? Real quick.
A power. So I would probably go with instant transmission. I'd go with the shit Goku had because there's nothing I do better than be late to places. So I feel like that would be a practical superpower that's just like, I got to be there in 5 minutes. I'm on 695.
You would never have to have a car.
Exactly.
Car insurance.
Save money. It's just practical.
Oil changes again.
Yeah.
Can you take people with you?
You can. Yeah. He took mad people with him. Yeah.
So if you got dinner reservations, hey baby, let's go. She can take as long as she wants to do her hair and her makeup. Boom. So
everybody wins.
Win-win.
Everybody wins. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that would be my name. The transmitter.
The FM transmitter.
That's the lamest.
It's the lamest fuck. Okay, and then every superhero has like a secondary power, right? It's instant transmission. Like,
sure.
Give me like a second thing, like a smaller thing.
A smaller power? Okay. Read fast.
You can read fast?
Yeah. I hate reading. So I just want to blow through it. Yeah. And I have like ADD. So like, I just want to be able to blow through it. My problem with reading is that I have to read the same page like 18 times before I really comprehend it. And it's honestly, I think because I just get bored as I'm like, why is this taking so long? So I wish I had the power to just, okay.
Yeah. You know what you could do?
Yeah.
You could pose as a lawyer in the daytime. Like you could read all the law books.
There you go. And you'll never be late
make
to
a
meeting.
Good living.
Yeah.
You could be at like 7 different cases in one day.
Exactly.
Represent all of you.
They're like, how are you doing this? how are you? Weren't you just down the other side of the city? Like, don't worry about
That's
that.
actually not a bad power and cover. I think I would be, I'm going to stay in this law space for a second. This actually just hit me. I would be like the judge.
Okay.
And I would have a black matter gavel.
Black matter gavel.
Yeah, and I would pass judgment on you.
You've thought about this a lot. It's
very elaborate. I'm making this up as I go. I like the lawyer thing.
Yeah.
I would pass judgment on you, and I would cast you into like a black matter realm where you'd stay for all of eternity. And I can bring people back as I needed to.
Good people, bad people, people you just don't
whoever.
like.
I would be very flawed. Just whoever I could just fucking cast.
We have the next super villain on our hands. Like even before we even start talking, this is why you got to limit how much power people have, right? Yeah. Because that's something you could actually literally do in real life, right? Like we call that black hole the prison industrial complex.
You call it a privately owned prison.
Exactly. So this is something you can literally do, and this is why we can't have people have a lot of power.
As a congressman.
Yikes.
And then
so you're a congressman and a judge.
I would be corrupt.
How are you posing as a congressman? But I would be the superpower would be the judge.
My superpower would be the black matter gavel. My superhero name would be the judge. But I would just be a congressman. I don't know. That's all evil and corrupt. I don't know where this is going. But it sounds good.
No, it doesn't.
Listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start casting this. Yeah. All right, I'm going to cast John Cena to play me. I don't know why.
All right, this is falling off the rails.
We'll blackface him like they did Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
There you go. That's the end of his career.
No, he can pull it off.
Not in today's environment. So one of the aspects of this that I thought was really interesting, outside of the fact that they're going to be having a show that's set in college, right? Because that introduces a different complexity, a different layer to this whole boys sort of motif as far as just having this fucking crazy zany the superheroes are bad situation that just adds a different layer of complexity to it. And I love how it's like set in college and they're all worried about like jobs when they get out, because that's just like the fucking reality of things, right?
Yeah.
So I love how the boys that they do that. They have these like really strong parallels to like reality and really like metaphorical that way. But another aspect to this that I've been really wanting to talk about, because I just thought it was just the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard, is so the complaints about the boys being week to week. So back when the season first started, it's gotten high marks for the second season, but then people realized, oh shit, not the entire season was dropped at once, that that they're staggering the episodes. I think that they dropped like the first 4 immediately, and now it's like week to week for each preceding episode. So what happened was that the first the season initially got like a 96% like review, and it was great, but then they noticed like on Amazon Prime itself, it started getting like all these like really bad reviews, and the reason was because people were like, I don't like how they're doing the episodes, not the content itself, not whether the show is actually good or bad or whatever the fuck it is. It's just simply because of the show going week to week, right?
Yeah.
So here are some comments, right? Here's just a couple comments. Okay, seriously, in all caps, by the way. Okay, seriously, no full season available. I give up. Where is my Netflix? Cool. Another comment wrote.
Can you read the names, like the usernames? Of the
no,
people?
I don't know who the fuck that is. Just some person.
They don't have the usernames on there. It's got to be like Dickhead 1 2 3.
Yeah, one would naturally think. Another person wrote, "This is 2020. We don't want staggered released episodes. What a shame. I was looking forward to watching it. Now I'll skip it and wait for it to be canceled. Then I can watch them all without any interruptions." So the show that you actually really do like, you're going to stop watching and hope it gets canceled in order for you to be right? Or
see,
I don't understand exactly what the point of this is.
This is where the judge comes in. I would appear out of the black matter as these motherfuckers are typing these reviews online, and I would judge them and cast them in,
and then get back to your senatorial duties,
and then and then
get back to your Congress,
to Congress and sit on this pandemic relief bill. This sounds like a great show, doesn't it?
All right, moving on from that. So what's interesting is that Eric Kripke, the creator of the show, he had some words about this. He says, this is not like a corporate Amazon money grab. This was from the producers. We wanted this. It was a creative choice so that we may so that they may like it or not. But they have to at least respect that people who are making the show wanted it to be released this way because we wanted to have time to sort of slow down a bit and have conversations about everything. So they at least have to appreciate that it was a creative choice. So I think that that's like an honest comment from Eric Kripke, because you can easily look at this as like, oh, Amazon just wants to like sort of maximize its profit motive for The Boys, but really it's a creative choice, which I've been fucking saying for years that yes, this is the way you actually want to do it, because if you release all the episodes at one time, the show's only going to get talked about. It's only the themes that, you know, like I miss having a conversation like Game of Thrones, right? Perfect example. They came out with the episodes every week, and every week it was a conversation about what happened, and you got to dissect each episode. But once they dropped fucking Stranger Things, right? You're like, oh yeah, that season was dope. Cool. Moving on. Like, because it's over then. Like the conversation about it is over once you've seen all the episodes. You no longer feel the need to like bring it back up and talk about and dissect every little facet of the actual show, which I think is a disservice to the show itself, because it creates a little bit more sort of like you learn different things when you hear other people talking about it, right?
Yeah, it gives you time to like digest it, talk about it, to be like social with it too, like have those conversations in between when you watch that episode and the upcoming episode. Yeah. And we were talking about this earlier before we started recording. People want things like fast. They want it now, right? They want, if I order my package on Amazon, I want to, you know, can I get it here within the hour, right? I want it same day delivery. Yeah. Like today. I should have had it yesterday if I ordered it today. People want it fast. If they order food, like it should already be moving through my small and large intestines. Like, I don't even want to taste it. Just fucking, I should already be digesting it. Right. That's how fast we want things. Yeah. So when you get a show like this that forces you to slow down and actually enjoy it, and it's much different than what you're getting when a show drops on Netflix, you get the whole season. I see why people get frustrated, but those people just need to take a second and say, hey, like this actually is a good thing. It allows me to enjoy episode per episode while still being able to watch other things. Yeah. Because I know me, like whenever a show comes out and I get the full season, now I'm sidetracked from whatever I was watching and I have to watch, you know, the whole season, right? Yeah. So with The Boys, you can watch one episode per week. You can continue to watch all of your other shows, and it's not as disruptive as the full season dropping. And also, you could just have like maybe a little bit of self-control and just not watch it but not like be angry about it, right? Like you can just not watch until like that last episode drops, and then you're like, all right, now of course you might get introduced to like spoilers and shit, which might ruin it for you, but also, you know, whatever, fucking adult, you know, be an adult about it. So here's who I think does it the best though. Yeah. I think the Walking Dead series on AMC does it the best. Well, they'll give you like, they'll drop half of the season. Yeah. And then they'll give you a little while and they'll drop the rest of the season. But that's what they do with like regular TV, right? Like they have new episodes up until like maybe like December, and then they'll go for their winter hiatus, and then they'll come back, you know, sometime, whether it's a little later in winter or possibly early spring, with new episodes in order to finish off the season. I think that's kind of like I think the full plate, like the full 22 episodes, and then you have each episode every week. I think that's a little played out. What I would probably go for is some sort of combination of both, where you drop like half the season initially, and then you let that go for like maybe like a month, right? And let people digest it, talk about it, whatever. And then you might drop like the rest of it. I think this is exactly what I said. No, it's not. Mofo. No, because that's not what Walking Dead does. Well, that format, I'm not going to say to have because Walking Dead does have like a pretty big gap in between when they show the first half of the season and the second half. Yeah, but they don't show the entire season. Like they don't drop the entire thing. They go episode to episode each that's week. Live TV. But what I'm saying is, following that format, you drop the season in half. That's not what you said. So that's what I said. You just got to follow me. So if it's a 20 episode season, drop the first 10 episodes, you know, give it like 30 days or so and let people binge that, right? Let people talk about what they've seen thus far, and then drop the remaining 10 episodes in like the month or so. But I think the Boys have an interesting... Part 1, Part 2. That's what I like, not the week to week. Fair enough. But I think the Boys have an interesting... they're going about an interesting way in that they're literally doing both, right? Like they're dropping the first 4 episodes and then they're doing week to week thereafter. I think that's pretty interesting, which I admit I didn't really think about, but I think that could have some interesting
Like, because that's enough to pull you into the story completely. Like now you just need to like finish it, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't matter if you're week to week or, you know, whether you're dropping all at once. Now I need to finish it, you know? And so now you got people coming back week to week, which I think that's an interesting way of going about doing it that I think can definitely work like long term. So
Yeah. But to anybody who would write a review about this,
you literally got nothing in your life going on right now.
Yeah,
You've got nothing else going on. Because if you got any like sort of like life, even a little bit, you don't have fucking time to sit here and write a fucking review.
Oh,
and the amount of time, you know, what you could have been working, you know, towards Congress. You could work towards getting your judge abilities. You know,
there's so many things you could have done before, in the time that you spent writing that review. You just fucking watch porn or something like that in the meantime. That's all you got to do. You got a whole week.
Porn though, dude. There's other things other than porn on the internet.
Like what?
Hard for me to think of right now.
Exactly.
Literally.
90% of the internet is porn.
That's I don't have anything to back that up, but I'm sure that's true. Yeah, I'll agree.
That's why it was created.
More or
Thank
less.
you, Bob Dole. Remember he said he created the
No,
internet?
that wasn't Bob Dole.
Who was
that
that?
was fucking who's the vice president?
It was Bob Dole.
It was in Bob Dole. Fuck. Who's the vice
Was it
president for Bill
Dick
Clinton?
Cheney?
No, not Dick Cheney. He was
Dick
Bush's.
Cheney.
Who's Bill Clinton's vice president? Al Gore. Al Gore.
Was it
said
Al
he
Gore?
invented it. Yeah.
Aren't they the same people?
Maybe. I don't know.
Same guy.
All right. So let's move on here. And